excited. And I miss you. How are
I
you?
know, I miss you too. I'm good. I'm good. I feel like, dude, it's been nonstop since the beginning of the year, or since that time. I don't remember when it was, maybe March, April. That like I feel like uh personally things or in my life, things are just like stripping away, changing, and I'm like, shit, this is like a lot of change in a short period of time, or that, but I know it's purposeful and I know it's happening for a reason, and I get it.
Yeah, 100%. Something I find really interesting is that it's in like numerology, this is a 9 year, which
Hmm.
is the completion, the end. And so literally like that's exactly what's happening. Basically, next year it starts over again at a 1, and this year is a 9. And so everything has to like shift and adjust and change and fall away and crumble this year to make room for what's supposed to be coming in next year, whether that's around the relationships, health, like money, everything. It's like everything just has to like rearrange. And so
That is,
literally like that's the collective pattern right now.
that is so crazy. I did not know that. Wow.
Yeah. And then
That,
there's also like really crazy stuff happening. I'm not super knowledgeable in astrology stuff, but I have a lot of friends who are, and so I
yeah.
just
Yeah.
from osmosis like
Yes, yes,
I
yes,
get
yes.
stuff from them. And I know like Jupiter and Saturn are doing really crazy things that they haven't done in like 30 years. And it just started, I think, this last month or so. So that's just kind of like adding more on top of
Yeah. No, it's crazy. Like literally, like the craziest things. Meaning, I'm gonna share. I know this is about you, but we always. I just want to share this really quick because
yeah,
like
you're good.
one of our best friends, like my husband and I, like our best friend, literally texted us yesterday saying the gist of it is like I don't want to be friends anymore. The end. Like he is the godfather of our daughter, and I'm just like, where did this come from? We just saw you like 3 weeks ago. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy. So yeah,
Damn. I'm
yeah.
sorry. I know that's not easy or fun or
I
anything.
know.
And I've had that happen multiple times too. And it's just like,
Yeah.
it
And
sucks. And also like trusting that it's like, okay, either like they're just going through something and then they're gonna come back, or like someone else is gonna come in and we're gonna be like, holy shit, how is this person not
yeah,
in this place in our lives this whole time?
yeah. And I'm excited for that. Yeah, old me would have been doing some other things than the new. So we could talk about this actually, because the new me is like, all right, I trust this.
Oh my God, I love it. Your retreat last year was in Costa Rica, wasn't it?
Yeah, in March. It was in March.
Wow.
Yeah. I know
How did that
it
feel
does
like it
feel
was
like a
a
year
year
ago.
ago?
It does feel like it was a year ago. And I was like, oh shit. No, that's just a couple months ago.
Well, yeah, have something fun that we'll be going to Costa Rica in with the end of October. If
Mm.
if it ends up working out for you and your family. So I should
Ooh.
have like finalized details on that. Hopefully this week.
Yeah, keep me posted.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I appreciate you signing up for this, like saying yes to it. And
Yes.
I'm really excited to be able to feature you on the Vibrant Year page because I fucking love you and you're
I
amazing.
love you
And
too.
yeah, like so yeah, I was just have like different questions for
Mhm.
you. And feel free to go as deep or just kind of like jump over things as you want to, because I probably ask a deeper question on the same thing later. Uh,
Mhm.
So kind of whichever way you feel like going, if you're like, ooh, I could really go on a tangent about this, go for
Okay,
it.
sounds good.
It's perfect. Um, so kind of starting with everything beforehand, what was going on in your life and your business when you decided to join the Vibrant Year?
So when I decided to join, I believe it was it was in December of last year. And I was at this point, I had just finished up a one-to-one mentorship. I had hopped around a lot of different mentors that entire year. Um, kind of never being in a long-term container before and looking for quick fixes, dopamine hits, just okay, make me feel good now. And I was always coming from this energy of what's wrong with me? I'm the problem. here are all these problems that need to be fixed, and I'm never good enough. That's the kind of mentality I was coming from when I was making those decisions in the past. And then business wise, it would fluctuate like this, kind of go up and down. And, but it honestly, I couldn't see how things were working because they were working. I was being very hard on myself. Um, and yeah, I was being very hard on myself and I couldn't see all the things that were working for me in the process. I was constantly just hooked to what's wrong? Why can't I figure this out? Why am I not good enough? And then I joined the Millionaire.
Yeah. Is there anything that you feel like you were craving that you weren't getting anywhere else?
I had paid a lot of money to a lot of mentors, even for like one-to-one spaces. And I was disappointed, but also like, um, it was the kind of support I was looking for. And I don't think I knew what exactly I was looking for at that time, or I didn't know how to put it into words. But after being with you, I'm like, oh, I could perfectly put it into words of what I was looking for. I really wanted someone who was going to be in business with me, who is going to like get their hands dirty, like get their hands dirty with me and be like, okay, this is how you build this. This is how you sell this. I remember I did a masterclass. I had done the masterclass before, and it scared me so much to do it, but I just did it anyway off of someone else's like framework. And I practiced it, did it. I did not feel comfortable doing it. It was not fun for me. It felt awkward. No one bought. And then I think I had done one more. It still felt awkward, still felt weird. But then when I actually leaned in to be like, hey, Mariah, I'm gonna sell on this thing. Can you help me? You looked through everything. You helped me to improve it, to say whether it was coming from like how to talk about the program, how to tell stories throughout the masterclass to lead people into like, of course, this is the next step, how to make it more enjoyable for myself, plus the people who are watching, how to also show like value stack and like the strategic stuff that I don't understand, that I don't love, but you get it. And I'm like, okay, wonderful, I'll do it. And once I did do those master classes, I had people buy from there. I had people sign up right after the call. I had people sign up after they did a private consult with me, like on the next day. Like, so it worked and it works. And I had my biggest launch that I've ever had before I was just $20,000. I'd raised my prices for that program, plus actually sold it at that price. And I was like, whoa, okay. And now I'm like, wow, how can I go bigger? Can I stretch myself even more? Because I'm like, dude, I've paid so much more for mentors and got a whole lot less. I'm ready. I know what I'm offering. I know what I bring. So I'm embodying this level of confidence and worth that I hadn't before, where I was so hooked to what is wrong, what am I doing wrong? And now I'm like, I'm not hooked to that shame. I don't use that shame as motivation. I'm using, no, I know I'm good. I know I'm solid in this. I know my work is awesome. I get people results. How can I keep moving forward rather than getting pulled back into those old stories? And what's the actual solution here? Not cry myself to sleep, get off social media, don't post, like, running away versus, no, we're going to use everything that's happening right now, even the painful stuff, move through it, get on the other side and actually make more money and create great impact in this world.
Yes. Oh, I'm so happy that you went into that aspect of it too, because I remember exactly like you said, you were talking about running the master classes before and that it just felt very not you. And so when we like dove in there and we were looking at what stories, like before even talking about the stories, we were looking at like, what do you actually like to talk about? Because we know you love to talk, but like, what do you actually love to talk about?
Yeah.
And you were like, stories. And like, that's constantly what you're sharing in your Instagram stories on Instagram and in your feed posts. Like, you're just a storytelling machine in like the most genuine way. And so it's really looking at like, how can we make this feel as natural as possible for you? And I remember you like saying that you felt so much more comfortable and confident, and that even getting to the other side and having people actually reaching out and either asking for another call with you or just straight signing up, you're like, wait, that felt easy.
Yeah,
What?
yeah. And I was like, how did I just do that? Like, that's cool. But also, I want to say, even the first time I had run the masterclass, I tried to figure it out on my own, use some sort of template, and then I was like, "Oh, can you just help me to make it better?" And the second time I ran it, you're like, "Okay, why are you using these photos that aren't even you? Why are you using this template? It doesn't show anything about you." So I love how you lovingly always call us out and be like, "Hey, how can we make this more you and aligned with your spirit, your energy, your story?" What you're good at, what you're showing, what you're selling. So it's very unique and specific to me, right? And that's what I love too. It's not here's this framework, follow it how I teach it because it works for me, right? It's like what is specific for you.
Right. Yeah. Oh, I love it. And that's my favorite way to do it too. Is just like exactly like you said earlier, like I want to be your partner in business, not just like your business coach like shouting at you, "Hey, do this. Go
Mhm.
away. Go do it. Come
Mhm.
back. Oh, it didn't work. Well, that's on you." Like it's
Mhm.
not that at all. It's actually like being your partner and being like, "Oh, that didn't go how we expected. What do we need to tweak? How can we make it better?"
Yeah.
Um, was there any fears or hesitations that you had come up before joining the Vibrant Year?
Yeah, and I spoke to you about this. I was like, oh my God, a year? Like, what am I gonna do for a year? I've never committed that long. And it's so funny because I didn't even know I needed it. We're about to start August. I'm like, where has the year gone? So much has happened. The year has flown by, but I'm also like, we're just getting started. There's so much more to do. And even though this is, I honestly I can't even remember. Is this the second, third year in business? I don't really remember. But whatever the case was, before coming to you, I had not built a strong foundation. I understood like people were teaching offer suites, people were teaching offers, people were teaching all these other things, and I got bits and pieces from everywhere. And it was kind of shaping itself before I came to you. But when I got to the Vibrant Year, I was very much like, okay, here is a foundation. I do need a solid foundation. What am I building this business on or this company on? And I didn't have the bones of it. I was just kind of, hey, let's do this program. Hey, let's do that program. Hey, let's, and then like I was constantly trying to create something new, figuring it out. And now I'm sitting with, okay, well, sure, I do create some new things and I'm still building things out, but I now I have a foundation of here is my, here's my main program. Here's my main offer. Here's my specialty. Here's like what I'm doing, what I'm always going to go back to selling. And then everything else is just an offshoot to that, a funnel to that. Um, but yeah, so some of my fears were, oh my God, a year container. How can I do that? How can I commit to that? And will I even make the money that I want in order to sustain that, to commit in that way? And I mean, and somehow I've been able to make it work up until this point. And, it's been such a beautiful gift in so many ways that, I took that leap. I was able to figure it out in January because I hit a financial low in December, but then I took the sleep, came back up, and then again in April, hit a major low in spiritually, personally, financially, all of it. It was just all kind of like this big crash down, and it had to happen because I had to strip away so many things. My relationship with money, my relationship with myself, my shame stories, my shame, all of this was coming crashing down on me, and I had to face all of it. And it's so helpful to be able to come to you and come to the container that holds all of that, right? It's not just here's my business, what's the strategy, how do I make this, how do I implement this? It's like, fuck, like some of these things that I'm dealing with, I'm getting emotional right now, like it's hard. And I guess I'm like dealing with some hard stuff now too. And I'm like, fuck, like I'm so grateful that I have someone like you. I'm very grateful to hold space for all of it. The whole human, the human behind and the spirit behind the business, right? Behind everything. Entrepreneurship is not easy. It's constant evolution. It's constant stripping away. It's a constant challenge. And I'm like, fuck, I'm here for it, but fuck, some days it's really hard. Um, and that low was really like a challenging time, but it was also such a gift in that came out of that. I'm on my way up. Like I'm on the mountain. And I've just actually had one of my highest months in a while that I've had in this entire year, actually. So I'm still building the blocks to continue heading up that way. And like I was just telling Mariah the other day, I'm like, I am done with charging these prices. I'm going to increase it. I'm going to increase the length of my container. Maybe I don't know if I want to. I was debating, do I do a year? Do I not do a year? Because I've loved being in the Vibrant Year. That was an inspiration behind it. And how much work we've done, how much more we can do. But I'm like, I love the year, but for me, myself personally, maybe I'll just do 6 months for now. But I'm stretching myself and in so many ways. And I'm like, okay, I'm raising prices and I'm doing this and I'm being braver in business. I'm also continuing to stretch my belief in myself and embodying a higher level of self-worth, of valuing my work and my energy and my time and what I offer, and charging for that, charging according to that too. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. Thank you for sharing your emotions. That's like my love language.
Yes.
Just being real and honest. And yeah, that's what I love actually about having the year-long space, is that it's like we get to be with each other through different seasons when all these different things come up. Because I feel like the easiest example is always with like a nutrition coach who just wants to work with you for 1 month or 3 months, and those months are not over like Thanksgiving and Christmas. It's like you're an entirely different person over the holidays with your family, with all these different food around, than you are during the entire rest of the year, or during summer when you're like thinking more about your body and bikini body and all that kind of stuff. And it's like it's the same with our emotional and spiritual health, with our business. Like there's so many different seasons. And I know it's the same for you with your relationship clients. Like there's so many different seasons that they go through when they're moving through that process, that even 6 months is still fantastic because it gives them breathing room so that they're not like, okay, I have to hurry up and get everything that I can out of this in 1 month or 2 months, 3 months. Because after that, I'm on my own and I have to just figure it out. um
Yeah, so the year has definitely been a gift for anyone who is debating whether they should, like, can I commit? Because it's also, you're not committing. I mean, I love you, but I'm not necessarily just committing to you. Like it's a commitment to yourself, right? It's a commitment to, I'm in it for the long haul. I'm committed to this business. I'm committed to myself. I'm committed to entrepreneurship. I'm committed to all the seasons and everything that comes up within it.
Yeah, 1,000,000%. So kind of last one of these kind of questions is, if we're being super, super honest, do you remember how you were actually feeling like day to day in your business and your body and your relationships before joining the Vibrant Year? So like December and earlier last year.
Yeah, I was always on edge. I was always wondering, like I said, what is wrong with me? Why can't I figure this out? Why isn't anything working? Lots of shame, a lot of shame, and which would kind of put me in this start stop pattern. So go go go, and then maybe I hit like some sort of roadblock, or get a comment that I didn't like, or feel rejection, or get a couple of rejections back to back, and then I would go back into hiding and be like, okay, maybe I should give up, or maybe I should. So I'd keep doing, moving forward, coming back, moving forward, coming back. And this year, it's so different in that, okay, hit a roadblock, hit rejection, hit back to back rejection, hit multiple things. It doesn't matter. Lots of shit hasn't happened this year, but it doesn't stop me now. I sit with, process whatever I need to, and then I still keep moving forward. And if anything, I'll continue to use that as fuel for moving forward.
Yeah. And
Very different energy. I'm much more grounded.
yes. Yeah. And I really want to celebrate you for that, because that's like a huge thing that I've noticed too over, I'm like, what, the last, I guess, about 7 months? wild, maybe almost 8 or something like that,
Mhm.
is like your resilience
Mhm.
to have anything happen around you, whether it's in your relationship, in your health, in your life, with family, with friends, with your business, with money, and to be able to just keep moving forward, not from an energy of like, I just gotta power through this and force my way through, but even doing it from a place of like, I'm gonna allow myself to rest, but like making a social media post is a non-negotiable. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
make that post and then get offline and let myself process and do like somatic practices and just feel what I need to feel for the rest of the day in my physical body, trusting that my business is taking care of itself and
Yeah.
it's growing itself and not needing to micromanage it. And just like, I feel like that resilience is such a big piece that every entrepreneur has to learn kind of the hard way. Because
Mhm.
it's like, that's the only way we can understand the importance of it, of continuing to go through having mud thrown at our face every day.
Yeah, for real. And that's the thing, it's like I don't think I would have learned it as fast as if I wasn't um investing in mentorship, right? Those are hard lessons to learn, and I was refusing to learn it for some time until I'm like, okay, I'm ready. Yeah, like I think having this space of being able to process and then yeah, you being able to reflect back to us and mirror back to us and then be like, okay, so what are we doing from here? Like what's the next step? We're not going to stay stuck here.
Yeah. And that's something that I have to say also about you is like your willingness to face this stuff and to choose that like this is the last time this is happening, actually.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
oh, I see this, I see that it's a pattern, and actually I'm done with it. Like I'm not continuing to entertain this loop anymore. And like that says a lot about you and where you're at and your willingness to continue to be like, oh, here's this thing. And not only am I not gonna let myself be a victim to it, we're like cutting it off
Yeah.
here right now. And then you actually do the work behind the scenes, emotionally, somatically, everything else to make it happen. And that's just a rare quality that not everybody actually commits to. They say that they want to, like they really want to end this pattern. They really want to stop doing these things. But then when push comes to shove, they keep leaning back into their excuses because it feels more comfortable and more familiar. And you're like, comfort? What? Let me get more uncomfortable. How can I create more discomfort? Let's fucking go.
And it's like this year has definitely been that for me. This year has definitely been, it's like how, even though like every time I'm like, as I'm saying, I'm like, I fucking hate that I'm saying it, but it's like, okay, how hard can it get? Like, let's not, not that I want it to be hard. It's not like physically draining. I don't mean it in that way. It's more so like there's a lot of emotional things. There's a lot of old patterning needing to be released, a lot of old beliefs that don't um served me and that haven't served me in a long time that I'm finally letting go of. Like I was mentioning to you earlier, even in my personal life, some other things are happening and the old me would have been like, "Oh my God, how do I come back from this?" Um, all the shame stuff coming back. Am I worthy? Am I good enough? Am I this and that? And then it would affect my business. It would affect if I showed up or not. This morning, it happened yesterday. The first thing I did was made a post, right? And I used what was happening in my life to create that post too. And um, and it's so beautiful because it's very aligned with the one of the programs I'm selling right now. And it's like, okay, how does our life and our business all align? And it's like, whoa, people, because there was a point I was like, maybe I don't sell this program anymore. Like literally, I think the other day you had brought it up, and I was like, oh, damn, I guess I should sell it because she brought it up. She remembered. And then this happened. And I was like, okay, no, I have to really stick to it. So an old pattern was wanting to come up of like, just give up because no one really was interested. But it's like, no, move forward because this is something that's very much needed, not only for other people, but also for myself. So,
Yeah. And that's always what our offers are. It's like, oh, I need this medicine right now. Okay, let me bring other people into it with me. Let's go.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's so crazy and beautiful all at the same time.
Percent. Is there anything that has like really surprised you about this container?
I didn't realize the level of depth and intimacy that is in it. I mean, not that I don't think you're a deep person. I knew you before, but to see how you guide and lead and really care about the people who are in the space. You take your time to look at things like landing pages, look at let me see your whole, not PowerPoint, but like Canva presentation for your masterclass. Let me look at a post. Let me see how you can help break this down. So you're really hands on, and that's something that's so rare to find in our honestly in the business coaching space. I've been with a lot of different coaches, and that is very, very rare, like very rare. So I'm very appreciative because even if it's not a one-to-one space, it feels like a one-to-one space, and I like it better than one-to-one because you're also learning from other people. And then I don't, yeah, it just, I, yeah, I didn't love the one-to-one because I was like, I don't need all that attention. I like a little bit of attention, focus on this, let's problem solve, and then go run with it, right? Like, I don't need someone who's hand holding me or anything like that. I just love like the feedback. Here's what you need. Move forward. Go off and do your thing. Like I like that a lot.
Yeah. And that's another thing that you're a freaking rock star at is literally like we talk about something and you implement it immediately, like usually that day, if not like the next day.
Yeah.
And I already see it on your Instagram or on like a new sales page or whatever it is. And I'm like, oh shit, that was really fast. And I feel like that's why, I mean, why you're on like such a freaking rocket ship of momentum right now, and also why so many different things in your life and business continue like shifting and changing and evolving is because you're not afraid to just see what needs to get done and then do it,
Yeah.
not sit in trying to perfect something and be like, oh, well, I want to do this, but should it be like this or should it be like that? And like that's something that slows a lot of people down. And you're just like, do this? Okay, done.
Yeah.
Is there anything that felt really impossible or out of reach before and is now just like a normal part of every day?
Hmm. I never thought I could be this consistent and believe this much in myself and in my business. Um, I think that's like probably the biggest win for me. There is no plan B. Like there is no plan B. I there was a point I actually was with a mentor last year, and this irked me back then, but I never understood why it irked me. I thought maybe I'm being unfair or whatever. And I'm not trying to pin coaches against each other or anything like that. That's not what I'm trying to do here. I'm just trying to share a story of someone who maybe doesn't believe in you and as much as you need them to believe in you. Because sometimes, sure, we need to believe in ourselves, but sometimes it's really helpful to have someone else outside of you to be like, no, you're a fucking badass. You're so good at what you do. You need to like continue on. So I had someone say, okay, so well, what if you do need to get a part-time job or a job or like whatever? And I'm not making this wrong because some people do, some people like I get it. I get it. But I am a very all in human being, like all in, fucking make it. I will grind and make it work. And I don't have a plan B. This is my way. And I remember thinking, okay, like maybe do I go get do I get a job? Do I blah blah? And I knew in my heart I didn't want to. And I think this year I just really owned that. I'm like, there is no plan B. I don't give a shit about getting any other fucking job. I care about living my life to the absolute fullest and living my truth. And what does that look like? What is that going to, how much am I going to grind for that life? And the grind, once again, does not mean killing myself, working nonstop. The grind means how much of my shit am I willing to look at and break away from all the old patterns and beliefs that don't serve me. I'm not good enough. I can't charge that. I have to whatever the fuck I have to do in order to slave away and prove myself to other people. No. It's like, okay, how do I get to raise my prices? How do I get to own my value even more? How do I get to speak what I want to share with the world? How do I share my message and my mission? Because my mission is so damn big, and I need someone who's going to hold that with me as a mentor, who's going to know my heart, who's going to know me, who's going to know how good I am at something, and then help me walk through those really hard days when I might be doubting myself and like, no, bitch, get back on the horse. We're going. We're going.
Yes. Oh my God. Took us to church. So good. Yeah. Mm, 1,000,000%. And I feel like we've had that ever since, really ever since we met. We just like clicked immediately and immediately felt that like, holy shit, what you're doing is amazing. Holy shit, what you're doing is amazing. Oh my God. What? Like, this is just so powerful and so incredible. And yeah, that definitely makes a massive, massive difference. And I see that as something that a lot of people contend. People who just want to bring on clients in any industry can tend to kind of shoot themselves in the foot with is like just bringing on whoever wants to sign up and whoever wants to pay, even if it's not someone that they actually genuinely believe in and
Yeah.
can get behind. And they can feel that.
Yeah.
And so it's just such an important piece of like integrity of only working with people that we genuinely see as like the biggest next level version of themselves always and continue
Yeah.
giving them room to expand in. And it's been really, really fun being able to do that for you and to continue to watch you like break down walls and be like, exactly what we said earlier with taking action of just like, okay, I hit this. Now what?
Yeah.
Now I need to go bigger. Oh, double my rates again? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And I would have not done it the way that I'm doing it now, which is great. So like big jumps and I'm like, well, I know I can and I know my work is that valuable.
Yes. I'm loving this. So, was there any like specific wins that came up for you that you want to celebrate, whether that was around like income or things feeling more easeful or around rest or love or I know there's a lot around like beliefs and the way that you see yourself and yeah, I'm just curious if there's any like specific wins that have been memorable since December.
I still remember waking up and being like, "Oh my god, someone just bought my passive program. Like, what? I just made passive money? Oh, how do we do more of that?" And I know this is going to be a focus for us moving forward. But it was so cool to wake up that morning and just like have two random people I've never heard from in my entire life, did not have to have a DM conversation with, who purchased my programs. And I still to this day have no clue how. Like I'm still like, wow, okay. I didn't even sell it up front. It just they were there. And I was like, wow, this is incredible. This is what you can do. And that's something that was introduced to me by you. And I had no idea. Like, I mean, I've heard people do it, but it just didn't make sense in my head because it never happened before. And so that was really cool. I remember also the stories coming to mind when I was traveling earlier this year, and I was like, oh God, I just feel so uncomfortable in my body. I just feel this, like I want to lose weight. I'm just not doing it. I don't feel healthy. All these things, like deep insecurities coming up for me around that. And I think you happened to actually be running a program at that time. And I was like, oh shit, like this is perfect. And how like perfect alignment. And then um after that, things kind of just started shifting for me over time. And I don't know if I've actually lost any weight, but now everyone's like, you look great, you look great, you look great. I'm like, oh, okay, thank you. But something did start to shift that at that time of like releasing the way that I was speaking to myself. Once again, related back to shame, that was also creating a lot of stress in my body. And I was probably holding on to a lot more fat and all of that before. Um, but I just remember that being a really big turning point for me when it came to my relationship with my body. And then it kind of just unraveled after that too. Oh, yeah.
Mm,
Yeah.
those feel very like vibrant year, full spectrum, like physical
Definitely.
body and passive income.
Yes. Yes. Yes, absolutely.
I love it. Have you noticed anything that you've been able to do more of since joining the Vibrant Year?
Um, More of, let's see, sell more, sell more, create more, but create in a different way. Like it create in a way that it makes sense to my business. Whereas before I was just kind of like creating random programs, hoping it works, hoping people will just sign up and like I get some income. Whereas now it's related to my foundational program. So it's purposeful. Like it has steps and there's like a huge web, and I before didn't understand the web, and I'm still understanding it, but it's we're working towards something. Whereas before I was just kind of like throwing things at the wall, seeing what will happen, seeing what will work. And now it's like, okay, well, if I create this small program or this micro program, then it'll feed into this bigger long-term program, and whatever it is, it's all kind of it the web makes more sense to me now, or the funnel, I guess, makes more sense to me now. So being creative in that sense, where it makes sense to the bigger picture.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And I feel like yeah, that is something that, like you said, even from really the beginning, I feel like the way that that passive sale happened was literally just adding like an order bump to something that you already had. And
Yeah,
then they bought the order bump.
yeah,
And it was the like, whoa, this is how it works. And just continuing to be like intentional with things like that since then of, okay, they're going to be joining this program. And maybe that's not like a high ticket program, but it leads to the high ticket program.
yeah.
And I love that you said really starting to see the web come together because that's totally what it is. It's like all of your programs that you love creating because you love to create are like on the outside edges, and they're just different points for people to be able to come into your world through different interests. It's almost like a bunch of little blog posts or something, but it's like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, this specific one is really interesting to me, but then they all lead to your main program in the middle. And they can bounce around and go to all of the individual programs first if they want to, but that doesn't have to require your live time. They get to do
Yeah,
that passively.
yeah. Yeah, and we were just talking about this about the new program launching. I think I'm also getting a lot more like clarity quickly about I don't like this. I don't want to do this. I don't want people to have live access to me at this price point. And it's so funny because I did a really low ticket offer for a month long, and you're like, oh, that's really cheap. And I was like, fuck. At the end of it, I was like, yeah, she was right. That was way too much for me. I did not want to do that. And I think I'm learning so much of that more quickly. Like I can see where my frustrations are trying to point me to of what I do and do not want. So that's really been helpful too, to kind of get that feedback pretty quickly.
1,000,000%. Yeah. Um, I'm curious what part of your life or business feels most in overflow at the moment.
Hmm. I feel as though before I wasn't as present in my life. Whereas now, when I do what I need to do for work, my non-negotiables, I will be able to be with my husband. I'll be able to be with my daughter, be more present in that. I've, and when I'm like taking care of them at home, meaning doing the things I need to do, like for my family, I'm more present with that than I was before. Of like, okay, now I gotta get this done. I'm stressed out. Nothing's working. It's not working. The energy was very different compared to now. There's a
Wow.
lot more peace or trust in it.
Mm, that's huge.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I know before, and this is something we actually talked about a lot kind of in the beginning, was like you post a lot on social media, like you're very, very present online, and just learning whether that was coming from a place of genuine overflow and like wanting to share all these different aspects of your life, or from a place of like proving and like needing to show your worth and all that kind of stuff, and feeling like even when you were hanging out with your family and being present with your partner and doing these other things, that you still needed to also be present
Mhm,
online. And
mm.
so that's really huge, that's one of the big
Yeah,
areas
that's
that feels like it's an overflow now.
yeah, that's actually a great point because before I felt like I had to share so much of my life and of myself, and of my relationship. Like I didn't love, if it was being truthful, I didn't love pulling up my phone in intimate settings or intimate situations or moments that I wanted to be present to be like, hey, let's film this. Of course, sometimes I will do that to like be like, this is a great teaching opportunity, sure. But beyond that, I actually don't share a lot of personal things in my life anymore to the extent that I used to. So I think I also went from being an influencer, because I was that at one point, to, okay, she's actually a business. Sure, some people have dropped off and don't like it, and that's okay. They're not here to ever buy from me anyway. So it's really shifted my shifted how I view my social media platforms, how I view my business spaces, how much I have to share, or how much I thought I had to share versus no, like, here are the boundaries. Here's what I do get to share. Here's what I do feel called to share. And then the rest is my private space.
Yes. Yeah. And even getting clear on like where you actually want to be online and not feeling like you have to be on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube and podcasts and blogging and literally everything. And just bringing it back down to where do you actually want to be the most present in real life and online, and like getting rid of all the extra noise.
Yes, yes, definitely.
I love it. Okay. So, because you decided to sign up for another year when we were just 6 months in, I'm curious, what is keeping you inside the Vibrant Year when obviously there's a billion different options out there of other places that you could go?
Yeah, no, I think it goes back to what we talked about earlier of, I love the intimacy, the hands-on. I love that someone knows my business. I love that it very intimately too. It's not just, I don't know, here are the names of your programs or whatever. It's like I know you as a human being. I know what you've been through. I know where you want to go. And even if you do shift where you want to go, I'm willing to help you to get there. There's this, yeah, there's this, that intimacy, that knowing that and I trust the container now too, right? Whereas before I didn't know what I was stepping into, and now I hope this testimonial or these words also help someone else be like, who might be on the edge and who's a little bit afraid, but is looking for that level of intimacy, that hands-on work with somebody who really knows you, knows your heart, knows your vision, and knows your business as well.
Yeah, 1,000,000%. I love that. I was very excited, obviously. I'm just like, oh, yay, another year
Yes.
together.
Yes.
So um, so because you know that you'll be here for the next year, what does this next year now look like for you with this new version of you who's leading? Like with all the shifts that you've already gone through just in the last like 7 or 8 months.
Yeah. I I believe I am on my way to making like ridiculous impact and ridiculous money, meaning in ways that I have not ever done before in my entire life. Like, the dreams that I've been dreaming are coming into fruition, if not by fall or the end of this year, definitely by next year. Like, I feel it in my bones. I think I've been telling you this actually from the beginning of this year. Um, and so it will be very helpful, obviously, to have you to be like, hey, how do we create this life without giving away so much of myself and my time, and still being able to be present where I want to be present and enjoy my life? Um, and how do we get there, right? Like, how can we get there, and how can we get there faster? Because I don't fucking want to take years to getting there. That's not me, right? And I have no plan B. So,
Yes,
yes,
let's take the fast track.
yeah, exactly. I take the fast track. So that's where I see myself going, but also from a very grounded place. And maybe sometimes it is fun, like, okay, go implement this, and I will, and we'll see what happens, and then I'll learn from it. And I'm like, okay, but learned the lesson. Here's what I want to do next, right? But from a very grounded place, it'll be very different energy.
Yeah. Yeah. What would the past version of you say if she could see you now?
Oh, that's such a great question. But she's so proud of me because I am who she has been wanting to be. And she didn't ever know that it was possible. And I'm not talking about the money. Like, that doesn't matter. I'm talking about, could she always doubted whether she could be that devoted, whether she could actually think she was good enough to show up in a certain way, to own her craft, to own her value, to own her skill, to be devoted to that journey, to the process of showing up, to have the non-negotiables and actually follow through, to no longer collapse under shame every time something happened that was uncomfortable or scary, and to take 10 steps backward, like that she could actually see how she's winning. Like she is so fucking proud of me right now.
I'm crying with you. So
Yeah, it's been a beautiful journey. Thank you so much.
thank you. I'm grateful to be doing this with you and be able to witness and have front row seat to all of it. And yeah, just keep on celebrating you every single step of the way. And yeah, kind of getting to the last couple here, just wrapping up. Is there anything that feels like a non-negotiable for you now that felt like it was a luxury before?
When it comes to, I guess, like what would that?
Yeah, could have been anything either around like rest or
Mm,
business or health or
mm,
like doing self-care things or
yeah. Um,
I know travel's always been a big one for you guys anyway, but
yeah, travel, yeah, for sure. And it's interesting because it's like we're at a point where, okay, we will pull back on some of the travel to be able to build now future, like we're future based. Okay, like what is the foundation we want to build? So now I'm building the business foundation, but I'm also building a life foundation, which looks very different from where I would be like, no, I want to live there. I want to live here. Let's do this. And which is, I love that about myself because I still want that, but I'm thinking differently in terms of a life foundation too, of like the legacy I'm leaving behind, not just for myself, but like my daughter, my husband, how am I going to impact the world? I've got these really big dreams that I've always been dreaming of, but it's like, okay, realistically, how do I actually dream, like create that? I can't just do it from floating around everywhere, right? Like I've got to. So yeah, when it comes to, I guess, what are some non-negotiables for myself now? I think it is like getting rest, right? Like not working myself to death late nights or um it's also, I think, goes back to, if I can't enjoy my family, like what is all of this for? Like I'm not going to sit here and kill myself over or exhaust myself trying to build a business or build and make money if I can't enjoy like what I came to enjoy, which is my husband and my daughter and life itself.
mm,
Yeah.
yeah, I love that, which was kind of something that was more of a negotiable sacrifice before. But
Mhm.
I'll yeah, do this versus be fully present. And
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I love that. So these last couple, you might feel like you've already kind of answered these
Mhm.
ones. So if you're like, no, I'm good, we've covered it. But if
Yeah.
they bring up anything else, then feel free to go into that. But if there's anybody who's watching this and they're on the edge of joining the Vibrant Year, what would you want to say to them?
Mm. I would say if you're looking for a container that has a lot of intimacy, where you have a lot of hands-on help, a lot of hands-on support, where someone gets to know you, gets to know your business. It's also not just the business, that you're there to also do the deeper work when roadblocks come up, patterns come up, fears, doubts, insecurities, any of that comes up for you, that it's the space to hold all of that. And but also you're wanting to move forward. You're not going to be stuck in that, because that's how you're going to make the most out of this container and this space is, okay, here's what I'm struggling with, here's where I'm at, how do I actually move forward? And then you're willing to actually take the action. That's going to be important for you.
1,000,000%. I can't do it for you, but I can
Yeah,
definitely lead you in the right direction.
exactly.
And is there anything that you wish you knew before saying yes to the Vibrant Year?
Mm, Well, I think if you're going to be sharing this testimonial, people will know how hands-on and intimate the space is, and very unique. It's very unique in that way. So, yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, I was like, I feel like you probably already said these things, but like just in case something different comes through, why
Yeah.
not?
Yeah.
I appreciate you. Thank you. This is
Thank
fun.
you.
It was
Good.
really good these like new depths of your heart and be able to celebrate you in this way. And
And to
I love
celebrate you too.
you. Yes, I hope I get to hug you soon. I miss you.
Yes, I know. I miss you too. I love you. Have a
Love you
beautiful day.
too. Have a great week. I'll
Bye.
see